Hi guys, so this is how the dress looks like. You'd see how it looked like previously, and it shows that the progress is happening. If you ask me what I did, most of the time I walked. My diet, guys, I'm still fighting a big fight. My diet is not as great, but I walked a lot. I did a lot of cardio. I walked a lot. I do a lot of work at the gym. I recently introduced strength training, and I've realized that now that I've introduced strength training as well, my weight is actually going lower and lower and lower because I've also reached a plateau, right? And then another thing, a lot of people ask me, how do I keep on going? How do I keep motivated? Here's one of the, not one, like I'll give you guys a couple of reasons why I keep motivated. Firstly, I want to say this as respectful as possible, right? Because people tend to twist some type of stuff. When you're a big girl, you are treated differently, and it's unfortunate. When you're a big girl, people treat you a certain way. And I think one thing that I've realized, well, I've had the privilege of being surrounded by authentic people, people that know me, and people that have taken their time to see me before my weight, to see me before my appearance. But in the society that we live in, people take a shot on you based on your appearance. It's not a good thing. I don't promote that. It's sad, right? And I realize, and I see it now, people look at me differently. It's a fact. Even people that like know me from Instagram, when they meet me in person, they actually smile at me, they engage with me, they wanna, conversate. And it wasn't like that when I was a big girl. Well, I'm still a big girl, but I realized that letting yourself, and I know that people gain weight for different reasons, right? For me, one of the biggest reasons I gained weight was because I went into an accident. I wasn't moving a lot, and I think another reason I was prevention pills, right? Not pills, the injection. There was that, and there was just eating anything and everything and not working out. So I just let my health loose, nje. And I did not realize that I was actually sabotaging myself, because as I gained weight, people started looking at me differently, and not differently in a nice way. You can see that when you're with your slender friends, they get preference. People want to give them chairs, people want to buy them drinks, people want to, but there's you on the other side, even with certain conversation, when you're like, oh, I want to run 5 kilometers, people are like side eyeing you, ma'am, you can't run a 5 kilometer, So I think one of the things that keeps me going is the fact that as I grow, and this is a sad truth, guys, as I grow and as I become an adult, I realize that people buy face before they buy your intellectual capacity, before they buy your good heart, before they buy every other thing you have internally. People buy what they see out. And I'll tell you guys a very sensitive story later on, just not now. I'm not ready to share it. But literally, I've realized that people actually buy or take a shot on you based on your appearance. For some odd reason, I think when you are big, people tend to think, I don't know, yazekelela. They think you're clumsy. They think, and we're not clumsy. Like, life happens. Maybe we don't have discipline. Maybe we ate a lot. Maybe it's genetics. But people just perceive you as umuntu ongazithandi, and they seldomly take a shot on you, and it's like sometimes it almost feels like people don't want to be around you ngoba mkhulu. Ngathi, but it's giving ngathi uyehlisa isquad score, and I know that's not a healthy reason to do it, but every time I think of that, how people that are much slimmer or people that have a certain appearance, certain aura, certain presence are treated differently before people even know they're offering, that keeps me going. And also, I just have this dream, and I'm just going to share it with you guys so that it's here, so that one day when it happens, it's actually, I always have this dream that I'm going to make a cover page, right? A cover page of whatever. And I don't want to not like how I look on the cover page. I don't want to look at the cover page and cringe. Or I don't want people to post and then I can't repost because I don't like how I look, right? So that's also what keeps me motivated. And another thing, I think a lot about the type of mom I want to be. I want a big family. I'm that girl. Like, literally, I don't even know. I haven't started the family, but I really want a big family. So I think in one era in my life, back to back, because I really want a big family. And I've seen with a lot of moms, or online and moms that actually surround me, it requires a lot of energy. I'm not saying if you're bigger you can't do it, but I realized that like being a mom, especially to a big family, or being a homemaker, it requires some sort of energy. And for me, it's like I had to get rid of the unhealthy fat and be at a weight, whatever weight I'm at. I don't even have a number where I'm like, I want to be 68 or I want to be 75, but I want to be at a weight where I don't have unhealthy fat, and at a weight where I can run without feeling like or I can go up the stairs without feeling like so that's one of the reasons, right? Like, I just want to have a proper active life. If like I'm gonna be those moms, guys, where and I need committee, by the way, because I'm gonna be those moms where Maguti Sports Day, the dad is gonna say hamba because my kids are gonna be like, oh mama, I wanna batunali show off, So I think a lot about my future. And there's this thing, I think Pastor Michael Todd shared it in one of the first sermons of the year. He said, God has given you the call, the purpose, but is your body going to be able to carry the purpose? Because, guys, purpose, besides the intellectual capacity of it, spiritual capacity of it, purpose requires a healthy body, right? Purpose requires a healthy body. And I'm going to use a typical example. I know you guys are going to think, oh, it's obvious, but I'm going to use it because it played a big part in my wellness journey. I'm going to use Wisdom and Wellness founder Mpumi, right? Right now, she's on tour. Back to back. How did we get here back to back? Think about it. If she wasn't healthy or so fixated on improving her health, I don't think she will manage the hours on the flights, the hours on the signing, the hours on doing whatever she does. Not to say she doesn't rest or anything like that, but my thinking is, if you're healthy, you're able to carry the blessing. Because actually, all the time, the blessing is bigger than you. And because we're a body, we have to house that blessing. We have to house that purpose. And don't be the reason you can't house the purpose. Don't be the reason you can't carry the blessing. Don't be like, oh, I fainted because maybe I wasn't drinking enough water. Oh, I fainted because I allowed myself to be obese. And I do understand that there are genetic conditions, there are certain issues that are not within our control, but I speak as a person who has control over her weight and who knows that the reason why they got bigger was because they were not mindful, they were not disciplined, they were not doing what they were supposed to be doing, and they were not aware. Now that I'm aware, I do better. So yeah, that's why I keep going. But guys, this dress, guys, continue now. Why can't you dress from it's giving him Gandhi, Suguma Wagubon. The Senamia Suguma gets, hey, Kamalam, Ligu Yvonne, Princess, is Bongo Saki. Cheers, guys. Have a great Sunday.